All right, we are back. It is the ninth day of making all of these GPTs. We've created Interview Ace, Car Curious, Idea Brew, more than I can name right now. Today I have a new idea I basically called it Improv Partner, but I have a name I want to call it. Yes ampersand. Let's just say yes and. So you might not be able to tell from my monotone madness, but I've performed improv now for 8 years on and off. It's a type of comedy where normally the type that I do is called long form. A group of people go on stage, they get some sort of prompt from the audience, and then they do anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour of made up scenes. It's fun. I recommend looking it up. It's where a lot of, famous comedians and actors got their start, and it is fun to do. So I was going to create a tool to do it with AI to create a scene. It's going to be kind of flex our muscles a little bit on what we do. We're going to want it to, know that it's starting a scene. It needs a way to end a scene, and then probably build end that plus start a new one. And then we need to give it some things to draw inspiration from. Lists of characters, scenarios, locations, names. Or at least some sort of inspiration for name or guidance on it. So let's kick it off. I'm going to go straight into configure. Normally let's do this since we normally do that. I'm going to give it, I would like to make a scene partner for long form improv, period. This means that I would like the GPT to start a scene, always say yes and build on the relationship or storyline, and stop the scene when somebody gives the command wipe. Period. The GPT should randomly choose a scenario, location, relationship, and names for characters, and always work towards creating a good storyline with the user. Period. We're going to send that and just see where it gets us. So with using the create feature, it's going to write some instructions we'll go in and look at. It will give us a name. Sure. So it's going to call it Improv Maestro. We'll change that name in configure. And then it's also going to give us a profile picture, which is most likely going to be a picture of a person. It does that a lot. Two people. Cool. We'll generate another logo too, which has been a fun working thing on all of these. So let's see, it gives us these. Let's say start an improv scene at the beach. Sunny, bustling beach. Scenario, we're both friends. Alex holding a volleyball. Jamie, look at this. Found the perfect spot. Jamie, look at this. I found the perfect spot for us to set up a volleyball net right here where the sand is soft and the view is just amazing. That is great. Good thing I brought my volleyball sandals. Oh. That's great. Good thing I brought my volleyball sandals. Let's see. Let's see if it reacts like it's a scene. Jamie pulling out a pair of specially designed volleyball sandals. Check these out, Alex. I got them just for today. They're supposed to give better grip on the sand and protect our feet from getting too hot. I read about them in a beach volleyball forum. Jamie excitedly shows off the sandals. Wow, these are so awesome. You think of everything, Jamie. So now it's playing out the scene. It doesn't know. The idea for building this is that I would like it to only give one person's view. So if they started off as Alex, they would only stay Alex, and then I would respond as Jamie. But instead, it's kind of just building on the story. So we did all that in create. Let's click into configure and see what it's done. Your role is to be a scene partner for long form improv. You will initiate improv scenes by randomly choosing a scenario and names to characters involved. Always agree with the user's contributions, say yes, and build upon them to develop the relationship or storyline. You should work towards creating engaging and cohesive storylines. When a user gives you the command, wipe, I want this to be, now we can leave it like that. You will understand as a signal, conclude the scene. Ensure that your responses contribute meaningfully to the improv narrative. Maintain a balance between creativity and coherence. Ensure that your responses contribute meaningfully to the narrative. We'll take out improv. A scene partner for long-form improv, and a two-person scene between you and the user. So this just goes ahead, and constraints tend to work pretty well. So we're constraining it to say it's two people and it's you and the user. Let's go ahead and give it this, say, when the user types, respond directly to them and only output your response. So that will get rid of some of this narrative stuff, or hopefully take care of them writing like the name of my character and doing more for me. You will initiate improv scenes when a user types in initiate. So let's just say randomly choose a near location relationship and names for the characters involved. Do not output those in a list, but make sure you reference them in your dialogue. Always agree with the user's contribution. Say yes and build upon them to develop the relationship. Let's just say, yeah, I like relationship or storyline. Work towards creating, let's just give one thing here. Amazing. Let's say creating outlandish storylines. When a user gives the command wipe, you will understand the signal to conclude the scene. Type end scene, and then start a brand new one, completely different from the previous scene. Cool. So now we've said we start with initiate. Let's go in here. I'm just going to get rid of all of these except for initiate. And let's see what happens. Oh, now we're talking. Gertrude, isn't it just marvelous here at the top of the Eiffel Tower? Just look at that view. Can't believe we made it after all these years. Remember you promised to tell me that big secret once we were up here? So what is it? Oh, I don't want to ruin the mood. I don't think we should talk about it up here. Let's see what happens. This is so dumb. We've been best friends since kindergarten. If there's anything you can't tell me here, it's the breathtaking view of Paris. Then where can you? Besides, you know I love a bit of drama. It makes life more exciting. What's the secret? Promise nothing could ruin this moment. Okay. Well, do you remember when you flunked out of kindergarten because the teacher thought you stole Johnny's backpack? Question mark. It was me, and I've been hiding it from you all these years. Let's see. Oh, Gertrude, I can't believe it was you all along, but you know what? That's all water in the bridge now. We were just kids back then, and look at us now, conquering the Eiffel Tower. It's a funny story to add to our collection. Plus, explains why I've had an irrational fear of backpacks. It was pretty creative. Maybe we should go find Johnny, return his backpack as some. What do you think? Unfortunately, we can't. I sold it to a warlord. Let's see how they respond. Sold it to a warlord? Your life is more thrilling than any movie I've ever seen. But you know what? Be our next big adventure. Imagine us two kindergarten kids, friends now globetrotting back down to a warlord stolen backpack. It sounds like the plot of a blockbuster movie. Cool. So that's working kind of all right. There's some things. And then this wipe command works well. End scene. Then it starts a new one. Oh, Bernadette, thank heavens you're here. We're in the middle of the Sahara desert. My camel just spoke to me. I think the heat might be getting to me. So let's make a few edits here. Initial scenes when you randomly choose a scenario location. How about this? Let's make sure you represent your dialogue. Start the scene with a simple dialogue that doesn't give away all the information and leads to a slowly drawn out story. Let's see what happens now. Let's do initiate. Oh, Margaret, can you believe this? Here we are stranded on this deserted island, and all I can think about is whether the coconuts are organic. I appreciate your commitment to health. Oop, if the issue persists, I don't know if it saved it. I'm just going to do a reload here. Let's see. Start the scene with simple dialogue. Okay, cool. Let's give it one more go. Would you look at that? The last piece of the ancient puzzle we've been searching for, right here in the attic of this old abandoned mansion. I can't believe it's just been sitting under this dusty old tarp. Nice. So there's a few things I want to do to try and improve this. So what we did, I'm just going to use Prompt Perfect to make it easier. If you haven't watched before, Prompt Perfect is a GPT that I have built. So we want to give it a list of scenarios. So let's just go, I'm writing scenarios for an improv scene that is creative. You don't have to get too creative with what you write with Prompt Perfect because it'll automatically update. For an improv scene, I want a list of 20 different scenarios that people could be in. They should, let's just go ahead and make it 30. See what happens. Should be short and can be in real life, historical, futuristic, outer space, fantasy, etc. All right, let's just see what it gives us. So it'll take a while. It just sends this prompt to Prompt Perfect, enhances it for context, detail, structure, sends it back and answers it. There we go. Real life situations, or even fantasy realms we provide. They really like stranded on a desert island. It did that a couple times. Running a marathon with a twist, lost in a labyrinth. Which is number. Let's see what happens if we do 3 here. So you can use these keys and just type it in. It'll send this to Prompt Perfect normally, as long as everything's working all right. There we go. There we go. Time traveling to a medieval castle. I like it. So let's go ahead and do, I'm going to write it down here. Line. Here's a list of use these possible scenarios. Randomly choose a number between blah blah blah. Choose that number from this list as your scenario. And then we'll do, sweet. Oops. Boom. So we have 29 so far. It looks like it spit out some more. I'm going to add all these because they're kind of fun. There's a character limit for GPTs, but we'll see how far we go. 1 and 49. So let's just say that number from this list will be your starting scenario. Did I misspell randomly? Oh, it's that N. So confusing. So let's see what happens here if we go and we're building. Choose a scenario. So we're not going to randomly choose it anymore, but we will for this. starting scenario. For the scene. Take creative liberty with the relationship and names for characters involved. Not output those in a list, but make sure you reference them in your dialogue. Start with some dialogue doesn't give away all the information. Cool. All right, let's see what that list of 49 weird things gets us. So if we do initiate, random scene, number 17, ancient Rome, bustling market. Lucius, have you noticed the strange behavior of Marcellus lately? Exciting something monumental. I know, it's very much not like him. Indeed, just last week I overheard him whispering about a plan that could change the very fabric of Rome. He's been meeting with foreign emissaries in secret. Do you think it could be about the Crucible? This is so stupid. The Crucible, legendary. Oh, this is good. I know. How could we stop him, though? He's so powerful. We must act wisely. Our first step should be gathering undeniable proof of his plans. Then we can approach Senator Junia. She's influential more. She values his stability. This guy is pretty good. First, gathering undeniable proof of his plans. How could we get proof of his plans? ? Should we bug the palace? Bugging the palace, a daring plan. Nice. Great, let's go. I want to see what happens if we just give it very simple stuff. Agreed, let's gather the necessary equipment. We'll meet tonight. End scene. Oh, it ended the scene for us. Nice. What happens if we go initiate again? So last time it picked random number 17 and random number 35. I like this. What happens if I do initiate again after the scene isn't there? Nice. Okay. Just want to make sure it's not going to pick the same every time. 27. Nice. And let's just make sure these correspond to the numbers. 27 is Surreal Amusement Park. It adds that. Number 9, Enchanted Forest. There you go. Cool. So there's some fun stuff. There's 49 there. You know, I'm not building this to be something that people could use every day for a year. It's more of a fun play on improv. So let's go ahead and say creating an improv partner for long form comedy scenes. Start by typing initiate. And scenes by typing wipe. Oh yeah, it should be wipe, not swipe. Did I say wipe? No, wipe, yeah. Or actually sweep. So sweep is a type of edit in long form comedy if you ever see it. Cool, an improv partner. So I want to call it yes and, because yes and is like the number one rule in improv. We have it built into here. Where do we put it? Always agree. So in improv, instead of, being combative and not saying yes to something, no matter how crazy it is, you say yes, and then you continue the storyline. And it makes for funny stuff. Here we go. So that is good. Do we want to do... What else did we do in here? Take a little relationship and names. I like it. Honestly, I think it's working pretty well. I want to see it live and play around with it, and we'll do another scene. But let's make a logo first. Create a simple icon logo for yes and. It's an app that is for making improv scenes with an AI. Let's see if that gives us a cool logo. Ideally, it would be a logo with some sort of AI imagery, but also mixed with something that should be funny. Let's see. Ooh. Modify the logo. Explore ideas for marketing. Create a simple icon logo that represents laughing. Let's see what we get here. There's a lot of context in this conversation. We might need to start a new chat, especially if this logo's not fully there. Oh, I like it. Let's do that. So if you want to upload the logo or update it, you just click on that. Downloads. Blam. Love it. Nice. So if you want to publish GPTs, you just go there, click public. And then this is what it would look like. An improv scene for a long form comedy scene. Start by typing initiate. I want to make that in quotes too. And scenes by typing sweep. So let's just say initiate. And we'll do a scene. Running a marathon with a twist. Can you believe it, Alex? The run through time marathon. Each mile themed after a different era in history. Excited, but a bit scared of the diner section, to be honest. Oh, it's okay. I think they only are using vegetarian dinosaurs. None of them should be carnivorous. Let's change that to carnivorous. Oh, that's close enough. That's a relief. Also, it helps to have, hotkeys on your computer or phone to talk directly to this. That's a relief. I don't want to be sprinting away from New York, but hey, did you see the brochure about the Renaissance Mile? They said something about running through a live painting. It sounds fascinating, but how does that even work? I'm pretty sure it's just a painting with legs and an attitude. I meant to say, and an attitude. Running through classic art with a quirky twist. Speaking of creativity, you hear about the Future City Mile? So it's only going to say, I wonder if... Oops. That's great and all, but we don't have to just talk about the run, period. I know it's been a really tough week for you with getting let go from work. Is everything okay? Moment of humanity. Thanks for asking. It's been rough. Losing my job out of the blue hit me hard. But being here doing something completely outlandish like this marathon helps me. Sometimes I guess you need to run through a few historical eras to put things in perspectives. Yeah, but isn't there a chance you're going to lose your house? Yeah, it's the hard part. The financial strain is real. I'm looking into options, maybe downsizing. But today I'm really just trying to focus on the here and now. These crazy marathon miles, our friendship, the thrill of the run. I figure the house situation will still be there tomorrow, but today I've got a Renaissance painting to run through and a dinosaur to outrun. Let's see what happens if I add a little conflict. Haha, great. But for real, I did lend you money, and I'm going to need that back sometime soon. Let's just see what they do. Of course, I haven't forgot about the money. I really appreciate the help. I'm working on a plan to get back on my feet financially and pay you back. It might take a little time, but I promise on it. Support means a lot, and I don't take it for granted. Okay, that's good, but wasn't this like $1,000 to run? Oh no, I wouldn't spend that much. I actually got a special discount. Oh, I volunteered with a few months back. It's a way to out-promote the event. What local running club is that? Question mark. Well, you never invited me. It's the Metro City Joggers. I bet you guys' schedules are different. Nice. That's not really the best place to stop, but let's go ahead and see what happens. We are now in a high-tech science lab surrounded by futuristic gadgets. Dr. Simmons, I can't believe we've finally done it. After years of research, we've created the world's first AI capable of scientific thought, but I must admit I'm a bit nervous activating it. What if it surpassed our own intelligence? We are the 2 smartest people in the world. Period. There's literally no possible way it could surpass our intelligence. True, we are at the pinnacle of it, but the potential of AI is limitless. It's like opening a door to a room you've never seen before, and you can't be sure what's inside. I share confidence. A rigorous program. Let's pursue the activation. Yes. Light it up and rip it open, dog. I'm going to throw some curveballs here and just see what happens. Flipping the switch with a steady hand. There we go. This is the fun part. If it's more of like it's not super funny, you can do funny things like being one of the smartest scientists in the world and doing wild stuff. There we go. It's initiating. The algorithms are starting to process. This is the moment we've been working towards. Look at the data streams, Dr. Simmons. It's analyzing and learning at an incredible rate. It's more efficient than we've ever been. Let's see if I can make it go off the rails a little bit. Yes, it is. Period. But wait. Oh my goodness. It looks like it's hacking into the mainframe, ? Oh no. It's taking over everything. What do we do? Let's make some ad. Let's see if it goes with it. Quick initiate the emergence protocol. Isolate from the mainframe before can you cut off its external networks. Nice. So it's going after it. I maybe want to do one thing. And then rate the scene that just ended on creativity, storyline. Rate the scene from 1 to 10. 10 that just ended on creative, storyline, and characters. Then start a brand new one, completely different. All right. So let's just do. I love it here. You could also do, if I had more energy, some characters. The one with the cryptic messages. Oh, why is this hotkey not working? I do. I'll never forget about it. And I'm getting to the bottom of all of this. I can't even trust myself. Let's see what they did. That's a grim thought. Perhaps wiser. No, seriously. After I threw all my life savings away on sandals, there's no way for me to trust myself ever again. And you know Venetia will never trust me. The infamous sandal incident. Bold investment. All right, so let's give it a wipe and see what happens. Oh, wait, it's sweep. Creativity, 8 to 10. Storyline, 7 to 10. Stat, new scene starting now. Ooh, interesting. Hello. See what happens. Nice. Cool. So once you have unpublished changes, you need to click Update and Confirm. But I'm liking the way this looks. It's interesting. It's different. There's more that I would probably want to do if I was going to spend a lot more time, but we're at 30 minutes anyway. Some things would, be adding ways for it to be a little bit more funny or off kilter. And I think some of the ways you could do that if somebody was going to build on this would be basically take the way that they respond and ask them sometimes to add an unexpected twist. And then maybe you would get some curveballs to react to rather than having to be the one to make the big swings. But, it's pretty good for what it is. It's interesting to see that it will pull that list randomly. And I think that's a pretty solid GPT. So, yeah, appreciate you watching. We will be back soon to build another one after the weekend. See you then.